This one for Jinx Reacts off the top of the brain. Happy hour first run, we had to drop it insane. Let's go.
All right, everyone. Welcome back to Jinx Reacts. I'm Gina Winks, and right now I am reacting to the premiere of Token. What am I waiting for? This is going to start really soon, but I want to say shout out to Token because he reached out to me about his reaction, about my reaction to his song with collaboration with Ren. What does your love look like? And he reached out to me on Instagram. And we spoke a little bit, had a cool conversation, and he was like, hey, I'd love you to react to this song that's coming out on Thursday. So I appreciate you, Token. Thank you so much. And I'm super freaking excited to experience this. I'm live right now on my channel, and we're going to do the thing because my people said they wanted me to. So let's fucking go. My grandma's name.
I change how I look, how I talk, how I act. I change even more. I'm no longer yours. Only thing I don't change about me is wishing I change even more. What am I waiting
My
for?
grandma said I wanna visit you to get that LA view, but I might die before I ever get the chance to. I found a subject I could change to avoid the awkwardness and realizing the painful truth.
Yeah.
But I wish I gave her honesty. I know losing memories is frustrating beyond belief, and every day there's a new body part to let a doctor see. But all that aside, how do you say that so casually? What does death mean to you? All your friends dying, does it bring stress to you? Do you think about it? Like, will it hurt at all? When will my whole life be compressed into a phone call?
Wow.
Like, yeah, she's gone. I wanna make her last years be a gift from God, but it's a losing game, cause I got the news today. It's funny how no matter how ahead you are, you're too late.
I change how I look, how I talk, how I act.
Wow.
I change even more. I'm no longer yours. Only thing I don't change about me is wishing I change even more. What am I waiting for?
I used to have real.
Okay, I know this is a premiere, and I'm not gonna treat it like normally. I think it's important to, not pause during a premiere like this, but because I wanted to react to this actually ahead of time, because I do want to shout out again to Token. When we had this conversation, it was like over the weekend, and he was like, hey, I think this is going to be right up your alley. I think you will really enjoy it. And he sent, he sent over the link ahead of time. He's like, just please make sure not to do this before it is premiered. And which just meant the world to me. Like that's an honor, and a privilege. And I've just had a crazy week and haven't been able to do the thing. So, I let everyone here on the live know what was up. And they were like, why not do it while you're on the stream? And I'm like, okay, let's go. So I wanted to also make note of that. But I'm also going to turn off the closed caption. What I want to say right here, right now, is the vulnerability here is so important, like so impactful. We've all experienced death. And you are like, how do I handle this? How is this going to impact the rest of my life? And this is what am I waiting for? Which in my intro I didn't even say that. It's token, what am I waiting for? And he's talking about like not changing. Well, now it's time. What am I waiting for? Because, and I think maybe part of this is seeing, this is about his grandmother who passed away, who's a big part of his life. And yeah, like, you don't know how that is going to change. You don't know where you would have ended up. He talked about this on Instagram. You don't know where he would have, or he didn't know where he would end up if this had not happened, or if he had not had her support that she had. Because she was a huge support for him. He's like, I have no idea where I'd be. And now this is a new chapter. This is a new, where do I go from here? This is so cool to put something out like this that's so vulnerable. I also kind of want to go back, since I paused, and like, we are doing a true full reaction. It just happens to be during the premiere. Let's see what he says here. This is the very beginning. My grandma's name was Shirley. She passed away a few weeks before my birthday. I wrote this song the day I found out. And now he's sharing it with the world. 'Cause guess what? We need to hear it.
Like, yeah, she's gone. I wanna make her last years be a gift from God, but it's a losing game, cause I got the news today. It's funny how no matter how ahead you are, you're too late.
I change how I look, how I talk, how I act. I change even more, I'm no longer yours. Only thing that don't change about me is wishing I changed even more.
Okay, actually, so he is saying that he's changed all those things and wishing he would have changed more. Why wait? Okay, sorry. Regardless, it's like a change in perspective, and when that change of perspective in life happens, you have to allow yourself to make those changes and to be a better human.
What am I waiting for?
I used to have reoccurring dreams about death, so ever since you brought it up, I've been sleeping less. I know what you gon' say, I'm too young to be going through it, but can I ask you some questions as the closest one to it? You so open about it, so I'm curious.
Aww.
Do you think an afterlife will be luxurious? Do you think it'll treat you as good as Jersey did?
Aww.
Do you think you'll see your husband? I'm just trying to picture what it's like to be you. 3 kids, 5 grandchildren, all come from you. Maybe because of us, your life has a different meaning and a view, and you're happy to live, but you don't have to. I just can't relate. My life is everything and I'm trying to make it great, but it's a losing game, cause I got the news today. It's funny how no matter how ahead you are, you're too late.
Yeah.
I change how I look.
Damn. Doesn't matter how far ahead you are. You're already too late. Is that what he said?
My life is everything and I'm trying to make it great, but it's a losing game, cause I got the news today. It's funny how no matter how ahead you are, you're too late.
Yeah. Yeah. Damn. He wrote this as soon as he found out. about the death of his grandma, who had a massive impact on his life, and he was a massive support in what he's doing in hip hop. Whether she knew exactly what it was or not, she just knew she was proud of what he was accomplishing. And I know this backstory because I saw on Instagram, he had put this information on stories in Instagram yesterday. And it's just so cool to to see something like this put together.
I just can't relate. My life is everything and I'm trying to make it great, but it's a losing game, cause I got the news today. It's funny how no matter how ahead you are, you're too late.
I change how I look, how I talk, how I act. I change even more, I'm no longer yours. Only thing that don't change about me is wishing I changed even more. What am I waiting for?
On our phone call, you tensed up when you mentioned death. It still bothered me cause I want you to be content. It was the middle of the night, I guess that's what most happened. Did you find contentment or not even know what happened? The questions I don't have any answers to upset me. Until I realize they're not meant to be.
Yep.
Maybe that's what's beautiful about the rollout. Grandma Tuesday, I'ma be crying my soul out. My birthday's coming up and even if you lived past it, I still change the subject every time you hinted at it. Cause I'm not even supposed to know till I'm supposed to know. And until I'm supposed to know, I'll be hoping I don't.
Shit.
I'll be hoping I don't. I wish I did more for you, but I know it's a losing game. I got the news today. It's funny how no matter how ahead you are, you're too late.
What is the purpose of this? The purpose
Wow.
is to say, I don't give a
Wait. Oh, wait. That's an audio from a phone call, yeah? In the background? Wow. There's so much here. Wow. Okay. Yeah, Token. Shout out. This 1000% right up my alley. Woo. Damn.
Till I'm supposed to know, and until I'm supposed to know, I'll be hoping I don't. I'll be hoping I don't. I wish I did more for you, but I know it's a losing game. I got the news today. It's funny how no matter how ahead you are, you're too late.
What is the purpose of this? The purpose is to say, I don't give a. If you say it one more time, I'm gonna slap you.
Wait a second. What? I need to hear this. I need to bring it up. At least on my end. I'll try and maybe bring it up a little here too. Wow. I want to hear what they're saying.
I'll be hoping I don't. I wish I did more for you, but I know it's a losing game. I got the news today. It's funny how no matter how ahead you are, you're too late.
What is the purpose of this? The purpose is to say, I don't give a. If you say it one more time, I'm gonna slap you. I mean, your mother distraught. So the character is.
I change how I look, how I talk, how I act. I change even more, I'm no longer yours. Only thing that don't change about me is wishing I change even more. I change how I look, how I talk, how I act. I change even more, I'm no longer yours. Only thing that don't change about me is wishing I change even more. What are you waiting for?
That's so cool. Oh my gosh. Wow. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Um, we're gonna put that. Yeah, we're gonna put that right there. Yeah, another shout out to Token. Woo. So, cool thing. I'm gonna talk through this because it's gonna take forever. Get a paper towel because I don't have any tissues. Um. um. Yeah. So when I saw Token's Instagram stories yesterday, explaining it's based, talks about, he wrote this when his grandmother passed away. She was a huge part of his life, his support. I've talked about already. When I heard him talking about this, I was like, oh, this is gonna be intense. And as soon as he, shared that on those stories, I was like, and going back to our Instagram conversation, he had sent out the message saying, hey, thanks for the reaction to what does your love look like. I let him know how much I loved it, why I loved it. Was happy that I got to be introduced to him through that collaboration. And he responded back with a voice message. Like saying, yeah, like, I guess he was driving at the time. He was like, yeah, I so appreciate like you breaking it down the way you did and really, really taking the time to do that. And then I had asked prior to that, I forgot in the message, I did say like, hey, I think I said this in the intro, but I can't remember. I'm going to say it again. Hey, I'd love you to suggest what song you'd like me to react to next. And this is what he gave me. And he gave me the link ahead. I already said that. But what I thought was cool was he said, this is right. I think this will be right up your alley. And he was 1000% correct. And how cool is that? Token? I greatly appreciate it. And in chat here on our live, Gwen said, thanks for that. Thank you for this, Token. Thank you for sharing your grandmother with us. And I agree, like, thank you for sharing. This is vulnerable and it's not easy. And that's why it's so important. That's why it resonates with all of us. So cool. All right. Ingo said, oh my God, stop it. Stop. I'll start tearing up. Well, it is what it is, Ingo. and in the sense of being vulnerable, because it's not easy to do this stuff. Like to write a song that day when you find out and then have it put out like this. And what I love is it's bigger than, and he recognizes
his grandma's death and the impact that she had on him and the impact that her death had on him is so much bigger than him and his grandma. And that's why he did this video. That's why he did this song, because it's so much bigger. So much bigger than that, because we all have experienced, and if we haven't, we will, something like this. So, you know, in the realm of being vulnerable, and for those who are newer to the channel or new to the channel or whatever, and for those of you who know me, you already know what I'm going to say. You know, I want to be who I am or where I am. If it weren't for the perspective shift of life that was given to me, that was gifted to me in the weirdest way, when my brother passed away in a car accident in 98 when he was 18 and I was 12, I would not be where I am or who I am. I don't want to think about what I would do, because I have no idea, and that's not what was meant to be. This right here is what's meant to be. So there's that. Goddamn. Ooh. Please go subscribe to Token and support him. Dude is amazing. I had a conversation with him over the weekend. Yeah. Thank you and shout out to Token for suggesting that we check this out. And that's it. That's all I got for you here. So, thanks for being here. Thanks for getting some tissues out during this. I appreciate you. I love you. And I will see you on the next one.